because I want to go back and listen to the sure where the absolutely. So yeah, that's it's like it's but playing this back, seeing how it sounds. Now again, absolutely terrible. But I have a much better camera straight now. Let's see. Sounding. That's minutes just to see what um, things look and sound like. However, also, my God, the delay is huge. I'm like, my gosh, my own. I wonder if that's just YouTube. Because that's like a 10-second delay at least. Is this like more? Oh my gosh, well, that's right on the money. But, yeah, I'm very particular about this kind of thing. I just want to make sure that that is nice and even. All right, that sounds good. Okay, folks. So, like it says, this is Dicey Depths, and what does that mean? Well, if you recall, oh, I already have the new printed out. I mean, this is some Dicey Depths. This castle is Miniature Building Authority. One of my favorite. It comes pre-painted. Check them out at miniaturebuildingauthority.com. They periodically have enormous Kickstarters, but you can also go to their website and order their stuff. It's all pre-painted, fantastic accessories for modern sci-fi. They used to do different scales also, including 15 mil, but they still have a few stuff, but that's mostly leftover stuff. They are getting out of the 15 mil arena. So, Forge, no, I like the look of Dwarven Forge castles, but I mean, this is just so simple. Instead of having to put it all together, the wall is just battle originally because look at this. Get inside, but I know, doesn't it look all inside all of this stuff? Bunch of people scattered through. But anyway, again, this is just a test to see how these cameras work. I have a one that I just captured. So it's a good point. So that's what I wanted to know, if you could hear me better here. So I guess the mic is coming from my cell phone right here. Is that the case? Can you hear me better now? Well, I guess I can see the little audio bar zoom up when I'm over here. Yeah. Yeah, their modular in is fantastic, but I'm sorry if you couldn't hear me before. I really don't think they have anything for Battletech because it's just too small to scale. Their main focus is 25, 28 mil modern and medieval and sci-fi. But yeah, I do like the look of Dwarven Forge castles, like I was saying earlier, but you kind of have to put those together and then, you know, whereas these, they just come in pieces. Sure, that means they are less modular, but if you just saw, I was able to lift off some roofs, so you are still able to get inside of some of this stuff. Okay, perfect. Yep, awesome. Excellent. Okay, good. So yeah, I guess, so this is all new to me, but I wanted to have this dice cam over here so you could actually see the roll of the dice, see the actual arena. Now, if you have seen my Dicey Depths video, obviously there wasn't all this stuff sitting around here. It was all just dry erase board and dice, which is fantastic because then it is, you know, easy to pick up and whatnot. But I want to give this a shot, not only to stream this, but I'm going to be playing a game of this Saturday. So that's going to be exciting. And I just wanted things to actually look pretty good. Okay, so how's this going to work? Oh my gosh, exactly. You got to keep an eye on me. Leonardo, it's good to see you. This is just my first time ever using the Streamlabs software or whatever it's called. So, because I wanted to do multiple cameras, so you can have like this dice cam over here. And right now I'm just using my crappy laptop camera and my cell phone over here. I just need to get a video capture card. I have a better camcorder, and I think the quality will look pretty good for future streams. But I definitely wanted more angles, and I want another angle too, because yeah, you kind of get this view where you see me and you see the table and you see the dice. Oh, I can't get enough of this dice cam. But I also want a more fixed view right down in the center here, because that's where all the action's gonna take place. Oh my goodness. So, yep. In this case, we are gonna take a look at Dicey Depths. A very simple dice game. We have to pick out the heroes though. But this stream was mainly just to get a sense of how the cameras look, how the audio sounds. We've already knocked out one issue, and that is I really have to stay here because it's drawing the audio from my cell phone apparently, which is good to know. So, yeah, let's see how this will work. So, first things first, we have to figure out who our heroes are going to be. We have a knight, we have a ranger, we have a wizard, and we have a rogue. So there's going to be 4 heroes entering this arena. This is the arena of the Crimson Baroness, who's sitting right here in this throne. You probably can't see her, but she oversees this keep, and she runs illicit combat in this arena. It's definitely going against the law of the local monarchy, but she's getting away with it for right now. All right, anyway, so let's go ahead and grab our Let's make this guy the knight. Okay, so this will be our knight. I know you probably can't see him. Let me take him over to the dice cam. Can you see him better like that? He's upside down. So that'll be our knight. And our rogue, we'll have this guy be the rogue. That will be the rogue. And we need a wizard. Ooh, how about this sorceress? That'll be our sorceress. And we also need... Wait, did I say that was the rogue? Okay, so this will be the ranger then. Here's the ranger. And now our adventuring party is set. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that, Leonardo, for letting me know that it looks okay. Now, we have to figure out their stats. That's going to be a huge part of the game. Normally, I would have the players... I have clipboards and paper for everyone, but in this instance, I'm just going to use this dry erase thing. Hopefully, you'll be able to see it, because ideally, I'd like to put it right here. But look at the glare right there. So that may or may not be a good idea. But I'll shout out anything that needs to be said. All right, so again, we have a knight, we have the ranger, we have the wizard, and we have the rogue. Now let's take it over to the dice cam where we're going to roll out their stats. So here is, first up, the knight. This is going to be 2d6. You take the higher, and this is their attack value. So, oh, God. Well, let's re-roll that. You get one mulligan. We don't want the knight's attack value to be a 2. Okay, his attack value is going to be a 2. So we'll put a 2 there for the knight's attack value. Next, we're going to do the ranger's attack value. And, of course, double 6s, so that'll be a 6. Now, you do get to re-roll your stats if you add them all up and it equals 10 or less. So let's hope the knight ends up with really bad stats so he can re-roll. And then the wizard's attack value is also a 6. Good Lord. And the rogue has a 5. All right, awesome. Now, next, we are going to go to armor value. That's a D3. Okay, the knight has a 3 for armor. That's fantastic. The ranger has a 3. The wizard has a 2. And the rogue has a 3. And then we got to figure out their HP. So that's 4d6. And we roll all 4. And we sum the 2 highest. So this is the knight, who has a health of 10. And the ranger also has a health of 10. The wizard has a health of 6. Yikes. And the rogue, also a 10. Oh my gosh, look at that. Now we figure out their initiative bonus, and the initiative bonus is 12 minus HP. So the knight has an initiative bonus of 2. I should say plus 2. The ranger has a plus 2. The wizard has a plus 6. And the rogue has a plus 2. All right. Let's see if you can. Where's it 2? If it was like right here, that would be perfect. That's too far forward. Too bad it couldn't be right here. Oh, man. That would have been so awesome. But that is the stat line we're looking at. My laptop may die any second. I didn't bring the power cord down, but that's okay. This is just a test. We are going to do more of these in the future. All right, let's figure out who they face in round one. We're going to roll a single die. Well, let me tell you what their special abilities are, first of all. The Knight special ability rolls one extra die in defense. Normally, when you're rolling the defense dice, you get an equal number of dice to what the attack roll result is, but the Knight gets one extra die. Also, when opponents are targeting heroes, they roll a d8, and we're going to say that the Knight is hit on a 1 or a 2, the Ranger on a 3 or a 4, Wizard 5 or a 6, and the Rogue on a 7 or an 8. But the Knight's special ability is he, once per combat round, can take the place of one of those other 3 targets. So that's a good thing that he has a 3 armor value, even though his attack is terrible. And then the Ranger special ability is that 6s explode. If the Ranger rolls any 6s, then he gets to roll an extra die for every 6 he rolls in both attack and defense. And then the Wizard special ability is any pairs. So the Wizard actually has an attack of 6. So that's fantastic. That's definitely a possibility for some pairs. So for example, there was a pair of 6s. So over every pair he rolls, he gets one of these crystals, and he gets to keep that, and he can use those in the future for an extra die, whether that's attack dice, defense dice, whatever. And it doesn't matter how many he's collected, he can cash in as many or as few as he wants whenever he wants. I should say she, because it's a sorceress, not a man. And then the Rogue. The Rogue special ability is the simplest of them all. The Rogue just simply gets to attack first in combat, regardless of initiative order. He gets to get the first strike in. All right, so let's see who they fight in round one. We're rolling a d6, and it is a 5. It is one or more zombie ogres, and now we have to find out how many. So this is a d3, and it's 2. A 3 converts into 2 zombie ogres. Oh my gosh, look at these guys. These guys are freaking disgusting. Are you kidding me? 2 zombie ogres have now entered the arena, and now we have to figure out, I know they look big, but they may actually not be as bad as they look. They could be very weak in the arena. You just never know. Maybe they got trashed in their last round, so they may not pose as big of a threat as they may appear. All right, so here we go. We have to figure out how strong these zombie ogres are. We're going to roll 2d6. And this is going to be the equivalent of their attack. And attack value is how many dice you roll. Armor is what the opponent needs to roll higher than in order to hit. HP, how many hit points they can take. Initiative bonus, what is added to the initiative die roll. And experience points, because the heroes level up every 10 experience points they get. Oh, geez, I'm dropping stuff. So let's roll them up. Oh my gosh, we have one weak one and one pretty strong one. So one only has a single, we'll use a different die, a single attack die and a single point of armor, and the other one has 4 and 2 armor value. The armor value is just a d3. Now we have to figure out the initiative. So let's roll for initiative for each of the heroes. So the Knight, who has an initiative bonus of +2. So 2 + 2 is an initiative bonus of 4. And the Ranger has a 2 + 6 is going to be an 8. And the wizard has a 6 plus 6 is a 12. Good God. And the rogue always goes first. Doesn't even matter. Okay, so now for our 2 undead zombie ogres. Let's see what they get. All right, this is going to be the weak zombie ogre. Oh my gosh, only a 3 initiative. And for the big papa zombie ogre is a 1, but that is plus 4, so that's a 5. That is still faster than the knight. Okay. It's time to do battle here, folks. So we're going through initiative order. Oh yeah, I was going to mark these. This is only more if, there were actually people at the table, but just for fun, I'm going to do this to get in the habit of doing it. So we'll put a number 1 here. Ogre number 1 on their little character card, and ogre number 2. So number 1 is going to be the weak one, and that'll be this guy. Probably can't even see this. And then ogre number 2 is going to be the stronger one over here. So that way players can say, okay, I want to hit that one, and they know that one's the weak one or whatever. All right, so next it is time to start this battle. Now, before we do that, let's go over what the ogre's special ability is. I was thinking, okay, so yeah, this game is one of my own design. I haven't listed it like on DriveThruRPG or anywhere. Maybe in the future, definitely a possibility, but for right now, no. Unfortunately, there's nowhere to get it, but I appreciate you asking. So the ogre special ability is when they roll their dice, they get a +1 to the result of every attack die to a max value of 6. All right, so here we go. We have the rogue going first, and you can split your attack dice however you want. So if the rogue who has 5 attack dice wanted to split those up, 4 on the strong ogre and 1 on the weak ogre, he absolutely could. Let's go ahead and just put all 5 right on the big papa ogre. So that ogre has an armor of 2, so the rogue is looking for 3s or better here. And that is a 4 and 2 5s. All right, so now the ogre is going to try to defend itself. And so the ogre is going to roll 3 dice in defense, trying to negate as much of this as it can. And it rolled a 4 and a 5. So 1 wound does get through, and I will put a little wound on the ogre card behind the screen here. And that was the rogue doing a wound to the first zombie ogre. Next up is the wizard. The wizard is going to be rolling 6 dice. And again, any pairs give the wizard a special mana token that can be cashed in at any time for an extra attack or defense die. So let's see. Because the rogue only did a single wound to the first zombie ogre, let's just go for it. We're going to roll all 6 dice from the wizard onto the strongest ogre in the hopes that we actually do something here. So we need 3s or better. Oh my goodness. And look, we've got 2 pairs. So 2 pairs is going to be 2 special mana crystals that we will give to the wizard. And the wizard could use those now. The wizard could use those whenever they want. But we do have 5 hits there. Do we want to use the crystals now or not? I'm going to say no. Let's hold on to those. So that means the ogre is going to get to try to defend as much of this as it can. So here we go. Let's see. Oh my gosh, what a defense roll. It actually blocked 4 of the 5. So that means 1 more wound to the Big Papa Zombie Ogre. Now that's unfortunate because the Zombie Ogre still has 2 HP left, and then the other Ogre is still alive as well. And we only have 1 more hero to go before the big Ogre gets to strike. So let's see what the Ranger can do. The Ranger is going to be rolling 6 dice, and again, the Ranger's special ability is that any 6s explode. Looking for 3s or better. 1 6, so these 2 2s do nothing, but we'll re-roll one of them because we did roll a 6. Aw, man. So here's what we're left with. 2 3s, a 4, and a 6. Now that Ogre needs to block, at least 2 of it. No, actually it needs to block 3 of it in order to stay alive and do its damage. So here we go. And it did. It blocked 3 of it. Can you believe it? So that Ogre is now down to 1 HP. And guess whose turn it is? It is that Ogre's turn. So the Ogre is going to strike, and the Ogre gets 4d6. And don't forget, all of these dice are +1. Now we have to figure out who the Ogre is going to target. We're going to do that with a d8. So the Knight is hit on a 1 or a 2, Ranger 3 or a 4, Wizard 5 or a 6, and the Rogue on a 7 or an 8. It is a 6. So the Wizard gets hit. Now the Knight can say, let me step in for you. And that's actually, I'm going to say the Knight is going to do that. So instead of hitting the Wizard, the Ogre is going to hit the Knight, thanks to the Knight's special ability to take 1 target away from the party per combat round, because the Wizard only has an armor of 2, the Knight has an armor of 3, and plus the Knight has more health than the Wizard, so we'll see if this backfires, but I don't think it will. Let's find out. The Ogre, needing 4s or better, and these are all +1, so there you go. A 5 becomes a 6, and a 6 remains a 6. A 1 and a 2 become a 2 and a 3 and do nothing, so the Knight has to defend 2 6s. Now again, the Knight's other special ability is that he gets an extra d6 in defense. So 3 dice to try to get a pair of 6s. Oh my goodness. Well, there is 1 6. So the Knight does take a wound. All right. How did I want to do this? Well, I have a dry erase board over here, so maybe I'll just... yeah, I guess that's okay. I just need to remember that the max health is 10. So now the Knight is at 9. All right, and now the Knight gets to strike back, and the Knight is going to target the weak Ogre. That's right, not the strong Ogre that they've been chipping away at the entire time. No! The Knight is going to target the weak Ogre because, why? Because the weak Ogre gets to strike next, and he'd rather take him out than let him. Plus, he's weaker in terms of his armor. We only need 2s or better here, and this is good because the Knight is only rolling 2d6 in attack, so we need 2s or better. And we roll a pair of 5s. That's looking good. The Ogre rolls 2d6 in defense, needing 5s or better, and it only has a single health point left. And look, it blocked one of the 5s, but it rolled a 1. So one of the 5s gets through. It deals a wound to the Ogre and kills it. So Ogre number 1 has been slain and will not get its attack. No, sorry, this is Gomez. A bleed 1d4 for prison. Honestly, I don't know if that is a Dungeons and Dragons rule or another role-playing game rule. But no, in this game, the Rogue does not have such a skill. All right, so we have now eliminated 1 zombie ogre. The Knight gets 1 experience point for doing that. I have these freaking gorgeous little metal gold. I'm calling them like experience point markers. Every 10 of those that a hero gets, the hero levels up. All right, one zombie ogre left. It is now round 2 of combat in this scary situation, this arena battle we're in. And it's right back over to the rogue. Rogue is rolling 5 dice, needing 3s or better. And look at that. Oh my gosh. 2 misses, but hey, a pair of 6s and a 4 means that is going to be 3 potential wounds. This ogre only has 1 HP left. So it's going to need to block all of this, and it only gets 3 dice to do it. Are our heroes going to be victorious in their first arena combat, or are they going to suffer a brutal defeat? Well, I'll tell you what, it's looking really good for the heroes, honestly. So here we go. Yes, so the ogre was able to block one of the 4s, but it rolled a pair of 1s. The pair of 6s get through. That's 2 wounds. The zombie ogre only had 1 HP left. And that means that is 1 dead zombie ogre. Not only that, that zombie ogre was worth 4 experience points that have now been collected by the rogue. Can you believe that? So, after round 1 of combat, the rogue has 4 XP, the knight has 1 XP. The knight did take a point of damage, but he was the only one to do so. And they have made it through round 1, eliminating both zombie ogres and moving on to round 2. All right, folks, that is where we're going to end it. We actually made it through one entire round of combat before my laptop battery gave out, so that's good news. This is just a test. We will be... I keep forgetting. I have to take this with me. The mic is attached to this. Okay, so that is going to be it. Thank you all. Be back with Dicey definitely. Seem to work. Thank you all so